So most of the AI apps, they look completely terrible, and here is how you can make your app feel premium. I'll show you 5 ways that you can implement, five principles that you should implement to make your app feel premium. So the first one is to nail down the basics, which is the basics of any design. It's typography, space, color, and if you make small incremental changes, you won't see a great difference. But if you nail down all of the basics, the app feels premium. So how can you do that? There are really 2 ways that besides being really good at design and building a great design system by yourself, but you can just use the Claude with the UX UI skill to help build out the design system. You can also use Claude Design for that. And which is something that I personally used, is use Claude to generate a design system using the Apple's design principles. So they have open source human interface guidelines, which is basically all of the Apple's design knowledge for free. They share it for free for all of the developers, and I used it to guide Claude to create a design system for my app, which is the app that you're seeing right now. It's called skillflow, and it's like Notion but with visual canvases. I built it to help people build visual projects like apps and all of that. So the second one is states. Any element in your page, it's by default static, but you should add states to it because it allows to make the content inside your app feel interactive, feel alive, and it really communicates a lot of information. But an app without states, for example, when I hover over this button, it has a gray background. If I don't know, if I open the sidebar, it has an open state. If I close it, has a closed state. So states are essential. Don't make your app static. The third one is animations. Go for the organic feel. Make your app feel real. What do I mean by that? Is that you can let me just so you can create the organic feel by making your app have a sense of depth and a sense of weight in the elements. So for example, I can go here and drag this image, and you can see it first of all, it has a drop shadow, and it can be placed above other elements, but it also scales up and has a bigger shadow when I pick it up, so it creates a sense of depth, like I'm picking the image up. And small things like that, they add up for really organic, really a better experience overall, because most apps, they look flat, but our brains, they were built to interact with 3D objects. So there is a big discrepancy, and if you manage to make your app feel realistic, man, then you'll have a great app, man. Most apps aren't on that level yet. So the next thing, and the next thing is actually style. What do I mean by style? Is it's pretty much taste, because if there is an overabundance of the same app, people will really choose the one that has the better design. But if there are a lot of well-designed apps, which will happen over time with AI, people will choose the one that aligns most with their taste, which aligns most with the person they want to be, with the lifestyle they want to have, with their aesthetic preferences. And this is where Pinterest and really writing down your brand guidelines, your stylistic guidelines, your stylistic preferences, mood boarding, this is where this all comes into play. And this is what I did to build my own app, which is skillflow. I built it, you can see here, I built it with mood boards, I built it with UX UI inspo. I really went very visual with it, really honed down the vision of the app, and I written all of it down, and it allows me to have a clear sense of direction and to build a coherent and aesthetically pleasing app that is different from Notion, that is different from Obsidian and all of the similar apps. So yeah guys, if you are into building apps, if you want to build your own app, try out Skillflow. The link is in the description of this video. I hope you will build great stuff, guys.